Greetings all, Frog here. Let's play some Europa Universalis 4. Okay, so this game is by Paradox Interactive. If you don't know who they are, you should definitely check them out. This is Grand Strategy. I did mention that I like some Grand Strategy on the channel. So this is one of the things that I'm going to try to do. If you're looking for the perfect min-maxy play, I recommend you go check out Aruma, because this will not be it. I'm more about playing for entertainment and enjoyment. Yes, I want to do the best I can because I am a gamer. I want to win. But I'm going to just try and do random achievement runs and try and get those achievements. If it takes me the full almost 400 years of gameplay to get an achievement, so be it. I'm not going to try and do anything complicated like that. I just want to be able to talk about the game, have some fun, work my way through thoughts, and interact with you guys. And if you have ideas of things I could do better, absolutely. I'm not going to move my capital to Panama, so you're just going to have to live with that. Mostly, you'll see why based on what I'm going to start with. I don't have many of the achievements here because I tend not to play Iron Man. I play a lot of multiplayer, actually, with some of my friends. But I'm going to do some Iron Man and try and do achievements because I think that gives a good end goal for a campaign. So I don't have to slog out for, 250 episodes. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I think those are great things. It's just not for me. As you heard me squeak there, I am still recovering from losing my voice for the last 3 days. This is actually the second day of what I'd consider to be almost my full voice. I think I'm about 80%. Some people say I sound a lot better. I don't know. It's getting better, but I'm still hurting some from there. So what do I have in EU4? I've got every paid content except for 3 things that I kind of really wish I had. One, I don't have El Dorado yet. It's been out for a long time now, a month or 2, I think. I just haven't seen the need to get it because most of the interesting things, aside from the country creator, which I do want to do, but aside from that, most of the interesting things for me are in the free update. So I'm not rushing out to get that yet. 2, the first achievement I'm going to go for is just All Belongs to Mother Russia because it's fairly easy and because it's not going to be very long, and I don't want, again, a very long video, certainly not for the first one of this series, especially because I'm adding this at the last minute. If you watch the video update for the first one, you'll see that I was planning to play Banished, but I play on Linux. And with Linux, you can't run Banished yet. He's working on it, which is really cool. He's starting to write his own shading language to be able to interact with OpenGL better. Anyway, that's for a different video. That's not EU4, that's Banished. With EU4 though, it runs great on Linux. I've never had any big problems. The one thing that I have noticed though, I do have to turn off the shadows. For whatever reason, the shadows do not interpret correctly on my machine. I run Ubuntu 14.04, and I don't know if it's the OpenGL interpretation or something with Ubuntu itself. I'm not sure. But if I turn the shadows off, everything works fine. I still have really good graphics and everything else like that. The other 2 pieces of content, paid content that I don't have are Guns, Drums, and Steel. I'm a musician. That's my background, as you know, and I really love music, and the Gun, Drums, and Steel soundtrack is amazing. But I just haven't gotten around to buying it. It's not cheap, actually. It's just more lazy. I listen to it a lot on YouTube when I'm recording other things, or even just on Facebook or whatever, because it's a really good soundtrack. They have 2 parts to it now, Guns, Drums, and Steel 1 and 2. And I'm going to get both, so you'll hear them kind of come into the soundtrack. But for now, we're just going to enjoy the gorgeous soundtrack that comes with EU4 originally, because it is really good. It's just a little different feel than the Guns, Drums, and Steel, so I like both. Alright, so finally, one of the other things that I'm playing with, I am using Arumba's mod pack. He assembled a bunch of different mods together that really do some nice things. I play at 1080p when I play this game, full screen, so it's nice to have the better UI stuff. There's bigger menus, there's better borders between countries, the rivers are better, the water ends up better. I mean, there's just a lot of better looking things, so I can play that, and it looks cool to me, right? It's not like I'm playing Factorio, which works plenty fine at 720p. Actually, honestly, EU4 looks great at 720p also, but I've just gotten used to playing it at 1080p, so that's what I do. The big thing is his keyboard shortcuts, though. I'm so used to doing many of those keyboard shortcuts now, although I've been playing a little CK2, so I may end up forgetting which ones are for this game at the very beginning. I'll work through that. But I highly recommend it. If you play EU4 and you're not using Aruma's keyboard shortcuts, it's not as critical as with CK2, because if you're a raiding nation in CK2 and you don't have his keyboard shortcuts, the game is miserable. But in EU4, it just makes things a little bit faster. I like not having to click over to the confirm button. I like not having to do stuff like that. It's just a keyboard and mouse just works nice for me, and I like the shortcuts. So that's enough of our intro. Let's play a little bit. We're going to start as Muscovy. Okay, because I'm going to play All Belongs to Mother Russia. You can start as actually any of the Russian countries. So I could, if I really want to challenge, I could start as Yaroslav, but I'm not going to. I will start as Muscovy. I will end up at war with Novgorod right at the beginning, but that's enough. It takes a while for the countries to load, so let's just get in here. So we see I've got King Vasily II. That will be my guy, 312. He's thoroughly bad. Our technologies all begin at level 3. We are Eastern Tech, and we are Orthodox. So being where we are in the world, that's a great combination. We do have to worry about 2 horde nations below us. Nogai is also another horde. We'll be thinking about alliances. Sweden is certainly a good alliance. Let's make sure Iron Man mode is on. It is. Okay, let's play. Alright, so I did already start this. I was interrupted, so I'm just going to pick this save. We're going to save over it. And just go. Yes, I want to overwrite because I didn't actually do anything. I loaded the game and that was it. So, into Iron Russia we are, I'm sure. Okay, here we go. So while the game is loading, I'm going to take this moment to just blow my nose really quick. And you won't hear that because I'll silence it out. But I just want you to know why there's weird silence for a minute. Alright, there's the money click. That means we are getting into the game. So let's see what we got. When you first load it up, the AI is going to make different alliances and do different things. So here's what we look like. This is us. We are Muscovy. That's what we look like. Perm is a vassal. We've got Yaroslav as a vassal and Pskov as a vassal. We will want to go to war with Novgorod, partially because one of the things we want is actual Novgorod, which is here. We're going to want this in order to make Russia. We also need a bunch of things. We own some of the cores already. Moskva is one of them. I believe Nizhny Novgorod is another. So we are well versed to getting where we need to go. So let's take a look here. We'll get in here. We have too few rivals, of course. We'll get to those. Let's look at the missions. We're going to start. Subjugate Novgorod. This is what we're going to want because this mission is a beautiful thing. We get it when Novgorod does not exist. So when we own all of these provinces, this is what Novgorod has right now. Novgorod is done. The mission is successful. We only gain 10 prestige. This seems ridiculous. However, when we take this mission, we're going to gain a claim on everything in Novgorod. If you've never played EU4 before, this is much different than CK2 if you've played that. You need claims. You can't just go to war for any real reason. I mean, yeah, you need reasons to go to war in CK2 also, but in EU4, if you don't have claims, you're going to be paying such a ridiculously large amount. So let's say we go declare war. First off, we're going to lose 2 stability because we have no reason. We have no casus belli. Which is just brutal, right? We don't want that to happen. So, in addition, war exhaustion is going to climb faster because we have no casus belli, and our AE is going to be just a negative 20 base. That's if we don't, like, take anything. I mean, we take one province, we're going to have a negative 20 AE. That's really high. So, no casus bellis, those are bad. Okay, so if we come back to our mission screen here, then subjugate Novgorod, that's going to give us a claim. It'll give us a casus belli. And then every province that we take is going to cost less points in our peace deal, which is good. So what we're trying to do is we're going to form the Russian nation. This is our decision right here. So first off, we're going to have to get to Admin Tech 10. We start at Admin Tech 3, so it's going to take a while just there. And then we have to own Moskva. That's a must. We must own Novgorod. Okay, so we're going to go to war with Novgorod anyway, so why not take subjugate Novgorod? Of course we're going to take subjugate Novgorod. Sweden is going to be a great ally for us. Because we don't need the Novgorod provinces in the north, when Sweden finally breaks free from Denmark, which will probably happen, they're going to want some of that land up there. We can give it to them with no problem. So we could be an ally and give them those in the peace deals if they want it. Sometimes they don't even want it if you do the peace deals right. So we need those 2, absolutely. In addition, we have to have 1 out of each of the 3 sets. We have to have either Tver or Yaroslav. Well, Yaroslav's already a vassal. So if we peacefully integrate them, we've met that condition. Then we have to have either Ryazan or Smolensk. Ryazan is down here. We come in, we need that one, or Smolensk. And embarrassingly, I can't remember where Smolensk is right now, so we're going to give it the old F. Smolensk. Where are you, Smolensk? Are you in Pskov? Oh, it's part of Lithuania, Poland. Okay, so that's less likely, because Lithuania, Poland is a fairly large conglomeration. And if they manage to form the Commonwealth in the time it takes me to go there, I may not want to do that. Plus, I kind of want Lithuania as an ally, because if I can get them on my side, we can do some good things here. Sweden is better. Sweden is Western, of course, so we can Westernize off them if we really want to. I don't think we need to, because this campaign's not going to be that long. But what we'll get is the Western arms trade if they like us. So Sweden, I think, is one of our top priorities. And we'll go from there. Ryazan is really easy to go after. I'm not even sure they have allies at the beginning. They don't. Now, we very just started. It could take a second. I mean, if you look at my economics tab, I think it's going to say I make 25,000. Oh, no, it's actually right. That's good. Sometimes it'll show ridiculous amounts when you first load in. But let's talk about this. If you've never played EU4, we'll just go quick through this a little bit. This is not going to be a tutorial. I might do a tutorial series on EU4 or what is on EU4, but this is just a quick, here we go. I mean, we're not even going to play in this first video. It looks like we're just going to set some alliances, and that's fine, right? We're just going to start out, talk a little bit about the game. So here's our government. We are a despotic monarchy. We can change once we get a high enough tech level. Actually, I guess we could change to feudal right now. It costs 100 admin power, which we don't really necessarily need to do. We get better income from vassals. We get better national manpower, which is nice. But unrest and unjustified demands, those are good too. Unjustified demands, if we take something that's not part of the war goal, it'll be better for us. So we may do that. Let's just go back. I'm kind of happy where we are. We could take advisors. Advisors is really not something. I mean, we make okay amount of money. We make 7 ducats, so we could get a couple of advisors, but we don't necessarily need them right at the beginning. It would help compensate for the fact that our ruler is terrible. A 312 is not fantastic, so we're not making a lot of monarch points. We start the game focusing on administrative power. We can change it if we want at the beginning. I'm not sure that's something we necessarily need to do right away, because we will be taking a lot of land and we'll need to core it. And in order to core, you need admin points. So I'm not upset with having admin. Plus, we're on a rush to admin tech 10. So when we go into our technology screen here, we're on admin tech 3, right? For us, we need 718 power just to make each level. So we're going to need a tremendous amount of administrative technology. Now, at the same time, we don't want to fall behind on military tech. Diplomatic tech is less important to us, although we do have vassals, which one of the things they changed in 1.11 is that with Liberty Desire on vassals now, if your Diplotech doesn't keep up with theirs, they're going to think you're more of a backward nation and have more Liberty Desire and want to break free. The same thing is if we didn't keep our army strong compared to them, that would also be bad. So we'll talk about that in a second. So that's our government and our power, and right now we're going to leave it where it is. So diplomacy, right now we're set on Ryazan because that's the last country I clicked on. I'm just going to open all my windows. One of the things again about Arumba's mod is that it won't be this big. You're gonna end. It's almost like here. I mean, it's tiny. The window is just tiny. It's ridiculous. So let's go to my country though and see what we've got. So the first thing we can see, we have vassals: Pskov, Yaroslav, and Perm. We have 3, which is good. We're at 3 of the 4 relationships. So if we do bring in Sweden, that's going to tie up the 4th relationship slot. What that means is I'm going to want to start thinking about integrating one of these guys very quickly. Perm is a natural attraction because it is so big. Tax base wise, not really, but in terms of land base, we can get a bigger font, which everybody knows. That's what you need in this game. The biggest font is the biggest winner. So we already see that to begin with, Lithuania and Novgorod already hate us. They've rivaled us. So an alliance with Lithuania probably is not going to happen. At the same time, I do not want to go to war with Lithuania yet, because with Lithuania comes Poland. So if we look at Lithuania, all right, so far we see nothing but they have a truce with the Ottomans. That will come through. We need to let the game run a little bit. We could see that there's a march here, and there's Moldavia. Poland and Lithuania start at a PU. They start together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the game run for like 2 days. So that should see, now we're starting to get all the things that are happening. Alright, so we've got these notes. We'll see who's special interest. We're just going to run until my birthday on the 22nd November. So if you're looking for presents or anything, you've got plenty of time to plan. But we're going to run through the 22nd of November, and then we're actually going to take some decisions. We're going to do some things. We're going to make things happen. Okay, happy birthday to me. Some 400 years before I was born. 500 some odd years, actually. And there we go. So, how strange. It doesn't look like Lithuania is under a PU at the beginning. This is amazing. How can that be? Am I just stupid and I don't realize that their leader dies very early? No, he's 16! That's amazing! How about Sweden? Are you in your union? Yeah, see, you're still under your PU. That is nuts! Oh, you're friendly towards us. That's good. All right, so one of the first things we're going to do, we're going to improve relations with Sweden, because I do want Sweden on my side. So we will improve relations here and get things started on that. We will probably improve relations with one of my vassals as well once we've done all of the things that will lead us into war. So that's a little side effect there. How interesting that there's no PU for Lithuania Poland. Maybe there's something in the Lithuanian-Poland thing that I don't understand, that the Lithuanian monarch will actually die young, and that creates the PU. I don't know. It's just so interesting. But Mazovia and Moldavia are underneath Poland, which is expected. That's normal. There's no legal heir because there's the interregnum. Maybe December needs to roll around. Let's go to December, because I'm so curious. I know this is speed 1. I'm not going to play at speed 1. Don't worry. This is just when I'm setting things up, just because I want to see if this is just something I've never noticed before. I've never really played in the East. I've always played Western. So that could be what it is, honestly, is it just needs to tick around to the month, and then we'll have a PU. There's the month. There's the coin chick, and my autosave. Iron Man. Oh. No! Oh, that is so weird. Wow! I'm stunned, guys. There's no PU for Poland, Lithuania. That actually does give me a bit of an opening. I might be able to take on Lithuania now. The scaredness is always Poland, Lithuania, because you have Lithuania, they tend to, they're in the PU, and then Poland, they're going to ally the Emperor, they're going to ally Hungary usually. I mean, it's just, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so Sweden's coming in. All right, so that's the diplomacy screen. So here's the economy screen. You can see most of our income right now comes from taxation, which is not surprising because Muscovy is a landlocked nation. So there's not a lot of trade, although they did do some interesting things with caravans and trades in 1.11. So we might be able to do some more with that, but it's going to be a while before that happens. I mean, there is some trade. Where are our merchants right now? They're transferring to the Novgorod node. Do I want that? I don't know. We'll find that out. We'll play the trade game in just a minute. So here's what we're doing for trade. We're making 2.46 a month from trade. We're collecting from Novgorod, so we must be in the Novgorod node. I thought we were in the Kazan node to start, but obviously not. So that's fine. So we're transferring in Kazan and Estrakhan. We're going to go downstream. So that works fine for us. It gives us a bonus to the trade. We've already looked at technology. Ideas we'll talk about when we can get them. We're definitely going to take... do we want to form the alliance with Tver? They're so small. I mean, they're so small. But yeah, if we could peacefully integrate them, that would be great. So you know what? Let's take that mission. It's a quick mission. Shouldn't be hard for Tver to like us. They already do. They're already willing to take the alliance. Absolutely. Then we're going to take that mission. So, whoops, missions are 8. There's 7. So, I told you, I'm getting used to my things. So let's form the alliance with Tver first. We'll get that going here. Offer the alliance. They'll probably send us a royal marriage. I'm not objected to that. Here we go. Let's bump it up here a little bit. We'll play on speed 3. So we're in the alliance. Perfect. We've got our mission. All right, pause it again real quick. Going to do a lot of pausing here. Improve relations with Ryazan. No, we're going to subjugate Novgorod. Let's do it. This is going to take a while. I don't care. So here we go. So we've gained the conquest casus belli against Novgorod because they have provinces that we hold claims on. So all of these provinces plus 4 more, we now have claims on that. So if we go to the diplomatic map mode, which I think is E when the game starts. Yes. I click on, no, this is the relationship math mode. I want diplomatic. There we go. It's Y at the beginning of the game. I now have claims on all this stuff. So those dashed lines, that means that I'd say this is mine. All right? You really shouldn't have this. This is mine. So you can see this mission is huge. Normally, if you want to fabricate a claim, it's going to take you about a year, and you have to do one province at a time. We got the whole country. Give me Novgorod. And the important thing, we got Novgorod itself. So let's go back into our screens. Why is F1 not working? Frustrating. Click on the shield, it gets me where I want to go anyway. So I'll figure out why that keyboard binding is not working later. That's not important right now. So that you can see, now we've got our claim on Novgorod. Perfect. We already have Yaroslav. Excellent. It's in the fold. And we can get Ryazan if we make them like us, which is possible, okay? So I'm going to start making Ryazan like us anyway, because that's a good thing to do. Oh, they'll take the alliance too. I don't really want to go over the relationship slot, but let's make sure that they like us. If they stay liking us, they're not going to rival us. It'll be good. All right, speaking of, we need some rivals. Now that we have set up Novgorod, they're our obvious rival. We want to go against Novgorod. First off, our army is stronger. They have no navy. Neither does ours. So that doesn't matter. Novgorod, absolutely a rival. Okay, it says too few rivals. We need one more. I think they want two. Yep. So we will get a second rival as well while we're at it. Kazan is kind of another national choice because they are, again, weaker than we are. So it's kind of nice to beat up on them. Some of the base tax not too bad. You could say Lithuania, they counter-rivaled us. They're never going to be friends with us. They're stronger. Let's just hope they don't attack us. All right, so we'll do a counter-rival. And we'll just leave it for 2 right now. That's all we need to do, so that's where we're going to start. Okay, so here we go. This is our stability. We're at neutral. I'm going to just keep it as it is right now. All this stuff about colonizing, we'll talk about all this. We actually do have independence for Qasim. Oh, in 138.8 years. Yeah, I'm not really worried about that then. Where are they? They're in Kasimov. Okay, 0.6%. Why, Kasimov, why don't you like us? Where are you, Kasimov? There you are. Why don't you like us, Kasimov? Oh, because you're Sunni. Alright, that makes sense. So it's a non-accepted culture, and we don't have good religious unity. So if we actually got our religious unity up, that would help some. Or if tolerance of heathens was higher, that would help some too. You know, in order to change the culture, we have to change the relation. There's no way we can do missionary strength on all that. So that's not going to happen. That's okay. So we're going to war. What's important? It's V. Okay. What's important is our force limit. We're at 14 out of 19. So one of the first things we want to do, we definitely want to build up to our force limit. Let's see what our army looks like right now. I want to select you. Pay attention to me. Why are you not paying attention to me? I wish to select you. Okay, there we go. So I've got 3,000 cavalry. Wow, we can have 60% cavalry. Ah, I didn't realize that. Okay, and 10,000 infantry. What are you? You're one person just hanging out here. You're another infantry. All right, let's bring you in here, combine you. Unless it's the supply limit? No, supply limit's plenty high, so we're fine with that. We're going to build up some cavalry. It's more expensive, but since we can go 60%, let's just get at least a couple more cavalry, because they are significantly better. So 81 days, 83 days is good, and then 86. So they're all contiguous. We'll get 3 cavalry, so that takes us up to 17, and then we'll just get 2 more infantry. We don't have any cannon yet, but that's fine. So 57 and 57. Alright, so that's spending all of our money. That's good. Let's get back into the map mode that I like to see a little bit here. No, not in and out. Just out. Alright, so we're going to play a little bit on speed 3. We're going to let those units build, and then once they are ready, we're going to possibly declare on Novgorod. What we want to do is keep paying attention to Sweden. See how they are. They're getting a little more nicer to us. What would it take to get an ally with them? Yeah, they'd have to break free from Denmark. That's okay. Where's our royal marriage request coming from? Tver? Alright, yeah, we will do royal marriages because most of these guys, these little guys, I want to bring in. Like, I want to bring Tver into the fold. So if I can get them up to 190, I can just vassalize them peacefully, which is our goal. So we're at 85. They want some of my provinces, of course, because they think they want our stuff. If we improve relations to them, we can get them up higher. Border tensions, of course, Lithuania. We don't want Bryansk, but that gives us an excuse to go to war with Lithuania if we want. I don't really want to go to war with Lithuania. So let's see. Yes, of course, new month, we get new conquests, autosaves. Wow, Iron Man is a lot slower. I'm not using like a small computer here either. I mean, I've got a quad-core processor. I've got 4 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, maybe I need more RAM. I'm running... I just bought this video card. What is it, 970? An NVIDIA 970, I think. And it runs pretty fine. I mean, maybe I need to do a different Ubuntu install. It's possible. But, you know, I don't think so. Let's grab all these guys, get them into Muscovy. Golden War is just attacking Ryazan, so good thing we did not ally Ryazan off the bat, because I don't want to get involved with that. Novigrad's only got 7. No, now they're at 8. Kazan is going against Nogai. Alright. What is it, G? To group in? Nope. It is G. Okay, I just can't have them in different places. Cool. Keyboard shortcuts for the win! Alright guys, so this has been a lot longer. Our army is created. That is the first step here. We've kind of talked our way through our alliances, what we're going to do, what we're planning to do. I spent a lot of time at the beginning of the video just talking. So the goal, of course, is 20-minute videos. That's what we're going to try and do. For now, that'll be all. So thank you for watching. Do click the like button, especially on the first video. It really helps a new series. If you like where we're going and kind of like what we're doing, go ahead and feel free to give me comments. I'm recording the full week up front, so I won't be able to see them for a little bit, but I will definitely participate. That's one of my exciting things about starting this channel, is talking. So do click that like button. Subscribe if you'd like to stay notified. And until next time, cheers.